Hey guys, it's March 10th, and I just want to dedicate a short episode on the actual volatility, the heightened volatility that we are seeing with the price of Bitcoin is actually hovering just around the $80,000 mark that you can see here on my chart. And I just want to just relay any fears of scaremongering that we are hearing from the news. Now, there's an awful lot of noise that is attributing to this. The first of which is to do with this Trump's tariff plan. We've seen a lot of news that he's already started the tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada. And the buck is not going to stop with those countries. There's going to be other countries that he's planning to impose tariffs. So this is one of the areas that is adding to this noise. In fact, is the biggest, in my view, that is causing this dump and crash activity in the markets. But also the rest of the crypto market at large is currently bleeding, and the equity stock markets is also crashing. There are other aspects that I'm going to share with you that are also attributing to this current crash or major correction that we are seeing. And the first of which is to do with the China. They've actually released inflation reports like CPI related from China that are suggesting that they're actually underwater, in that they are suffering possible deflation because everyone is currently grabbing onto their savings in the country without the propensity to spend. So there is a risk of deflation that's coming out from China. So I think that has part of the reasoning behind this crash that we are seeing, unfortunately. And then there's another one that I want to show you, according to this tweet from Ash Crypto. I don't know where he gets this information from, but it's quite interesting in the sense that the $7 trillion debt that he's referring to here is the reason why Trump wants the stock markets to crash hard. His playbook is crash stocks, pump bond market, and force rate cuts. Well, there is a certain logic in there because the actual government issued bonds is close to expiry, and what he's trying to do is he wants to kind of minimize the interest payments that will be due shortly to the investors, i.e. the purchasers of those US government bonds, by causing a deliberate dump and crash activity in the stock market such that the Fed will need to be in a position to bring down the rates. And by doing that, the US administration will be forced to pay less of an interest payment burden on those rapidly maturing bonds, US debt bonds, to those investors upon maturity. I think there is a certain logic behind that. And I'm going to show you a clip supports what I'm just sharing here with you, which I think is very interesting. So I'm going to play a clip on that, so just bear with me.
And in one exchange, the president suggested that calls by the business community for clarity on that policy are just a talking point for the big globalists. Here's what he said.
I think that they say that. It sounds good to say. But for years, the globalists, the big globalists, have been ripping off the United States.
And asked if he's okay with the stock market going down, the president dismissed the idea of short-term focusing on the stock market.
What I have to do is build a strong country. You can't really watch the stock market. If you look at China, they have a 100-year perspective. We have a quarter. We go by quarters.
That's true.
And you can't go by that.
So there you have it. I just wanted to show you some of the rationale as to the possible factors that we are seeing that could attribute to the crash that we are witnessing at the moment, whether it's the stock market, the crypto market, the Bitcoin, what have you. Those are macroeconomic factors. There's nothing wrong with the actual fundamental convictions behind Bitcoin, in my view, or the leading equity stock that you're fully passionate about and convinced about. These are kind of black swan events. These are things that is beyond the control of investors and companies per se. So I would treat all of this as a pinch of salt, because as you've seen from the commentary and the other macroeconomic views that I've given you, these are certain shenanigans that are being posed by these various individuals. And as long as we are convinced about that there is fundamentals behind, whether it's Bitcoin or your equity stocks that you're an investor of, this is the bottom line that I want to leave with you. Let's keep ourselves distant from all the scaremongering tactics that the elite is trying to impose on, because at the end of the day, what they're interested in is for us to falter and to kind of panic sell our investments. in a way that they can actually buy back or swallow them up at a discount. And we have seen this kind of tactic time and time again. And I think I just wanted to just dedicate just a few minutes and explain it to you that we shouldn't be at all worrying about our investments. As long as you have this long time horizon, this long-term view and vision, that by holding on to your investments, and if you're able to every now and again to DCA and add to those positions, then we are super confident that by the end of that long-term horizon objective that we all have, that we're going to reap the rewards. And this is the fundamental bottom message that I will leave you today. So let's not fall into the noise when there isn't a genuine concern. It's just deliberate scaremongering from the elite, in my own personal opinion. I just want to drop you a couple of useful videos at the top of me that could help you during this tide of volatility. It's very useful insight as to the sort of strategies that you need to adopt when we're going through difficult times such as these, where there is correction taking place, there is black swan events that is happening, and it all seems that the world is tumbling down upon us. Which is not the case. So I advise you to subscribe to this channel and have a peek at these videos on top of me. That would give you the reassurance that you need in order to help you ride through this storm that we're in at the moment. So that's all I want to say to you. If you enjoyed this episode, please, I appreciate if you like and share this video to other like-minded individuals who may be in the same sort of scaremongering situation at the moment. So till next time.